The Last Dance is officially in the books, man. We just saw episodes 9 and 10.
Sad times.
Yeah, man.
Can we cheers? Can we cheers to
sure.
Please? Can we
for
please
sure,
cheers
to The Last Dance, man?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
To Michael and the Bulls in The Last Dance.
So let me ask you this. Bron, I want to start with you. I don't know about you, but during the commercials, I may have hit crossed over nobody, little spin move to the fridge, right? Did watching this doc inspire you? Man, I need to hoop, man. I really want to get after it.
What? Absolutely. Watching this doc, I'm sitting there watching my daughter walk across the room, and she comes close to me, and I give her a little going right hard, slap her on the butt, let her fly by, and I leave that thing, and I leave it there. I'll leave it there. We all seen that. I'll leave it there. She looking at me like, "What are you doing, Dad?" But it's just the moment. That moment and those times, man, that I grew up on is something I would never forget.
Did it reinvigorate you in a way like that 12-year-old LeBron again? Damn, this is part of the reason you play basketball is because of Michael Jordan.
No, absolutely. Like right now, usually, the summertime is when I kind of get extra motivated. And the reason I say that is because, yes, we're supposed to be in the playoffs, but I tell them this is summertime. I get an opportunity to watch my son play. And going on that circuit, watching them play AAU ball, you wow, man, it gets the juices reflowing again. I'm wow, I want to get back out there and play right now. And now that we're not playing because we're suspended because of the pandemic, watching the Last Dance, I'll play anywhere. We can really go outside in my driveway, and we can start a game right now. We can have shirts and skins. Let's go. Take it back to the block how we used to do it when we was growing up, and we could go right now. It's just that, like you said, Mav said he hasn't played, in 20 years, but it doesn't matter. When the game of basketball is in you, it never ever leaves, and all it takes for you to see something, visually, to make those juices flow again. And that's what The Last Dance has done for all of us.
Not just 9 and 10, the whole series. Is there anything that jumps out at you, anything that you learned watching this series?
He's sitting there talking to the media, and he's talking about being on the pedestal. And Mike's saying, if I'm going to let someone knock me off the pedestal, it's going to be me. It's not going to be the media. It's not going to be anybody else. So you damn, Mike wins 6 in the fashion that he won 6, does he go for it again and see if anybody can knock him off that pedestal of being not only the greatest player in the world, but also, the greatest team at that point in time. So, you definitely would have loved to see him go for 7. And it's when we watch Mike, when we was watching him in the 98 finals, he's nowhere near washed. And that's the word a lot of people use right now, washed, or he's nowhere near to being on his last leg. He can still go. He's still the best player in the world. And I'm watching that in 98 at 14 years of age, wow, Mike's still the best player in the world at 35 years old.
Bron, I want to bring you back to, you recently tweeted that when MJ retired in 93, 9-year-old LeBron.
Man, I was 9.
Talk about that a little bit, man. What his retirement in 93 meant to you and how it may have impacted you, if in any way.
Man, I'm smiling now, but I wasn't back in 93. It didn't make sense to me. For me growing up in Akron, Ohio, all the hardships that I had to go through, you look for inspiration. You look for any inspiration you can. And usually people that's playing professional sports or people in the music industry is the ones that gave you that inspiration to make you believe you could be anything you want. I had, Ken Griffey Jr. and Deion Sanders and a lot of other musicians, but Michael Jordan was kind of like that God. He was that angel sent from heaven that I kind of used him to help me get through some of the darkest days that I had. Even people say, well, you're only 9 years old, but there's a lot of dark days, when you grow up the way I grew up and you're part of a single parent household. So, every other day, if I got an opportunity on WGN to watch Mike, it gave me another boost of life. It made me feel that I can make it out of this situation. And when he decided to, give it up after winning that third title versus Phoenix, I felt like what can I do? I don't know what to do. And I'm losing words right now thinking about it again. It's kind of resurfacing me as a 9-year-old. I'm like, okay, without Mike, what do I do now? Who is going to be my inspiration? And that brought tears to my eyes. Yeah, because like when you're a 9-year-old kid and you need inspiration from someone, they become your father, which I needed. They become your brother. They become your teammate. They become your pastor. They become your superhero. You know, it's like Batman and Michael Jordan for me when I was growing up. Those are the two best superheroes in the world. And I even remember the cartoon, what's it called? The All-Stars map with him, Wayne Gretzky, Bo Jackson. Yeah. Like I remember that too, man. It was like one of my All-Stars is gone. Like, what am I going to do? Like, you know, so, you know, they become everything in your household. And it's definitely something that's unfair to that particular athlete. But as a 9-year-old, that's all I knew. So we didn't have the inside track on, you know, what was the real reason that he was giving it up. I felt like, you know, maybe I should give up too.
I believe 2001 is the year you met MJ, and it was in Chicago. Talk about what that experience was like, please.
Bro, you have no idea, man. It's two things. It's two people that I've met in my life that's changed my life. Meeting my wife that I've been with since 2002. And when I met Michael Jordan in 2001, you know what? Let me throw Jay-Z on there too, because that was a huge moment for me too. But when I met Michael Jordan for the first time, I literally couldn't believe it was him. I couldn't believe it. Like, people, you know, I felt the dude looked like Jesus Christ to me. He looked like he was Black Jesus to me. Nobody could tell me anything different. When I was in Chicago, Maverick and I and our good friend G, they take us to hoops. I'm going there. And before they play, they say Mike always, you know, used to lift before they play. Mav know the story. So we walk upstairs. And nobody told me that Mike lifted before he played. I don't know anything about lifting right now. I'm a high school sophomore. I don't know anything about lifting. We walk up there. The first person I see is Charles Oakley. You know, Oak being from Cleveland, dapped him up. I had seen Oak around the city a few times, you know. And Oak moved. And when he moves, Mike is sitting on the bench press. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't think he was real, man. You don't understand. I didn't think Michael Jordan was real. I only thought he lived in the TV, either in games or commercials or Come Fly With Me on cassette tapes.
Wow, yeah.
I didn't think he was real. And when I saw him, I was like, if the man above would have took me that day, I'd have lived a hell of a life. I swear to God. So
this is your sophomore year in high school, correct?
It's my sophomore year. Yep.
Sophomore year, 2001. You're on the court with him. What's that experience like? I mean, you're on the court with, you know, Black Jesus, as you said. Do you remember anything about that run?
Yeah, him and Antoine Walker was talking so much shit. I swear to God. Him and Antoine Walker was just talking so much shit, back and forth. And, you know, for me, when I got the opportunity, they didn't let me play for like the first hour. You know, I'm like,
the young guy,
I'm
had
16.
To sit there.
Yeah, the young guy, I'm sitting there just waiting my turn. And to be honest, I didn't even think I would even get the opportunity to play. And the only reason I played is because the guys that was in the league, you know, after an hour, some of them didn't get tired. They're like, you know what, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this shit. Hey, young fella, hey, we need a fifth. You want to play? You know, so for me to be on the court, you know, at 16 years old, sophomore in high school with, you know, my favorite player of all time, man, it was like, this can't be real, man. If you pinch me, man, I was like, please, I hope I don't wake up.